Okay, so next up, Kasey, we have something that I find we talk about a lot when we are designing a plan. Safe harbor contributions.
Right.
I remember when I first started working here, it took me 6 months to even understand what a safe harbor. I'm like, I don't get it. What is it?
Yeah. What is a safe harbor?
Yeah.
'Cause in what we do, safe harbor gets referenced in a lot of different areas, not just in a contribution.
Correct. Safe harbor definition, safe harbor standard, safe harbor this. Right. We're specifically talking about contribution. So let's give our audience a little bit of a summary, Kasey, on what a safe harbor contribution is.
So a safe harbor contribution is a type of employer contribution that has special provisions and mandates around it. You can either do a safe harbor match or a safe harbor non-elective. And at the end of the day, what it ends up doing is it gets you a pass on one of the compliance testing that IRS or 401k plans are required to do.
And it's so that right there, there's a lot to unpack in just what you said right there in that 2 or 3 sentence summary, right? So first, I think there's several ways to approach a discussion with someone about a safe harbor, but I'm typically going to start by asking the business owner, before I even say what a safe harbor is, I'm going to ask the business owner, are you intending to maximize your contributions? Right. And when we say maximize, we mean what?
Fully fund their deferrals.
Fully fund your deferrals up to the IRS limit. If they say yes, our next step is we're going to recommend a safe harbor contribution.
Yep.
If they say no, that's a little bit of a different conversation, because then it goes back to some of the conversations we have with what are the business owners or executives, what are your goals and objectives with the plan. So we're going to say, okay, so the business owner says yes. Mm-hmm. So then we go to safe harbor. Okay. So what's interesting is I find that a lot of people seem to have heard the word top heavy test.
Yep.
And they confuse the safe harbor with the top heavy. And the safe harbor can come into play with top heavy.
Right.
But we don't really discuss that in an initial discussion designing a plan.
Right. We're mainly looking at the question that you asked earlier. Do you want to fully fund your deferrals? And then we're going to provide some guidance and some recommendations based on that.
Yeah. But most of the time, okay, I don't find that when we tell a business owner, okay, so you basically have 3 formulas you can choose from. 2 of them are matching formulas. One is a 3% across the board. It's 100% vested. You can't put restrictions on it. I kind of feel like we don't ever say that to someone and they're like, okay, that's fine. Mm-hmm. They want to know, or they say, well, okay, well, we don't want to give it to Johnny.
Right.
Or, well, they have to be here at the end of the year, or whatever it is, mm-hmm. whatever sort of restrictions they want to put on it. So you can't do that, because quite frankly, the IRS is not going to let you have your cake and eat it too.
Right.